Riddle me this. What do Raw Entertainment BV, a Hollywood star, and the Chelsea Football Club have in common? They're all associated with Roobet, and today we're going to be taking a look at this platform just to be sure if it's another reskin, because I mean, we've seen a lot of those, or if there's some real value to unpack here. And to do that real quick, we're going to start with the registration process. So we'll go up here and click on register. One of the things I like about this platform from the get-go is that registering is so easy. You've got 4 options. You can choose from Google, Steam, and MetaMask, as well as the traditional form, which is right here. So whichever one you click on, it takes less than a minute to complete and you're good to go. So I'm just going to use Google for the sake of this review because I already have an account. So we're signed in, and the first thing that hits you when you land on Roobet is the design. Roobet went full on with this. It's a very beautiful purple and neon yellow theme, and it's honestly very refreshing. Navigation is also butter smooth. Everything is exactly where you expect it to be. For example, we've got casino here, and when you click on that, you find everything in this drop down that you need when it comes to playing at the casino. And if you like sports, click on sportsbook and you find everything in this drop down as well. So it's actually very useful, especially when you come here again and you find this search option. It just means you have to type in whatever you want and that pops up, making navigation easy whether you're doing this on mobile or on desktop. So we're going to move right from there to the welcome offer, because as you can see, we've got a very interesting interface, but there's no welcome offer on the screen. Let's go right to promotions here and see why that is. All right, so again, with the categorizations, we have all bonuses split into sportsbook and casinos. So you can click on this and see whatever is tailored to you. Currently, there's no welcome bonus. After a quick chat with the support team, I learned they had stepped away from giving a standard welcome bonus like many casinos are doing these days, and rewarding you based on activity. So if you enjoy slots more, you probably will get more free spins, or if you like sports betting, you actually could get more free bets. So this makes a lot of sense, even though it's not traditional. But let's take a look at what they have right now. It can't be that bad. Okay, so good. We've got the standard drops and wins. If you're into pragmatic play tournaments, this is a very good one. And then we've also got the $100,000 weekly raffle. Now, this happens every Monday, and you need to have played with at least $1,000 to get a qualifying ticket. Now, here's where it gets interesting. 100 people are going to be fighting for a spot here. 100 people are going to be sharing this prize pool. And if you divide 100 people into $100,000, that gives you back $1,000 per person. So I really do not know what the idea behind this is, but still it's a good offer if you have the bankroll to back it up. Let's move straight to the sportsbook offers and see what's there. All right, so because of the collaboration between Roobet and Chelsea FC, every single time that you bet on a Chelsea game and they win, it's good news for you, because that's what this bonus offer right here is about. And then we've also got the Roobet Cup $10,000 raffle. So this one is actually tailored to esports. So if you're someone who likes to play Counter-Strike, you probably would love this one. So for the Roobet Cup $10,000 raffle, it says right here that there are, of course, eligible events. So we've got 4 eligible events here, and you would need to earn 1 ticket for the $10,000 raffle with every $50 wagered across all major CS2 tournaments. So unlike the previous one, we checked the $100,000 lottery, this one, you only need to bet $50 to get a ticket and be a part of it, which is really affordable. And I think it makes a lot of sense if you really love esports, especially Counter-Strike. What we're going to check next is the games lobby, because 6,300 games, that's a big portfolio right there. So let's see. Casino, click here, and Roobet games. I love originals, right? I love originals. And this is one of the things that a lot of crypto casinos are doing very, very well. But when it comes to Roobet, they've done one even better. No, two even better. There's something about finding the regular crash, blinko, dice. But you see this mission uncrossable? It reminds me of this mobile game called Dumb Ways to Die. Very, very interesting one. But that's not the most interesting. Try Snoop's Hotbox, which gives you like a sneak peek into the life of this Hollywood star, Snoop Dogg. You will find out how. And then also try this coin flip. Coin flip is very simple, but it's also quite engaging. And I like what the design team here has done. Now, even though all the games in the Roobet games section are created in-house, we still have this provider filter here. That tells you that when we have like new games added, even if they're from other software providers, you can easily just filter from here and you're good to go. Moving on from there, we're going straight to the slots catalog, where we have the bulk of the game. So, so far I have counted about 5,900 slot games. Yes, 5,900 slot games. But where it gets interesting is the providers. We've got popular names here, like Amatic, One Spin for Win. But you see, brands like Ace Roll, Alchemy Gaming, these are very boutique, and that lets you know that this portfolio is really packed. So if you want games that are very, very unique, because these boutique providers tend to have like very interesting interactive elements to their games, you would find as many of those as possible here. Aside using this filter, if you want to filter games also by popularity, trending, alphabetically A to Z, Z to A, or by the newest, you can also use this. And finally, you can use the search bar, which is pretty standard. So about the games you can play here, I would suggest you start with something like Duck Hunters from No Limit City. Very, very nice. You're gonna actually be shooting ducks in this one, so you're gonna like it. And then we have Gates of Olympus 1000. That's if you want something very popular to play. And finally, Sugar Rush 1000. This also is very, very popular, especially if you've played slots at most casinos that offer free spins. So you would like these three. They're very good places to start. But we're just going to quickly move on from this part of the portfolio to the live casino section. This brings me to the fact that there are no RNG table games here. There is no way to filter by software provider here. All you have to do is type in the name of the game. But there's a very decent reason for this. If you come to the side of the panel, you would find Roulette, Blackjack, Baccarat. These are the live dealer games available. So when you click on it, you will now get to an interface where you can choose by provider or just scroll through. And that's good. But this is another option as well. You can just choose categories here. I've just clicked on Roulette, and these are the options we have. The good thing about this live dealer section is they're powered by 3 brands. Now, typically, most casinos use just Evolution and Pragmatic Live. So let's see what we've got here. We've got Pragmatic Play, Evolution, and also M Live. For the roulette section, we've got 5 games from M Live, which is very, very good. This gives you variety. This gives you options, especially if you feel like the live dealers in one or from one brand isn't really doing it for you. But here's where it gets very interesting. M Live seems to be creating these live dealer games specifically for Roobet. How do I know? Let's take a look at this one here. It's exclusive, right? And you can see the brand ambassador right behind the dealer here. So that gives you like a more niche kind of live dealer experience. Even here, Pragmatic Play has created another exclusive one. You can see Snoop at the back as well. So I guess this is an exclusive to M Live. Quite interesting. I like that we're discovering a lot of things together during the course of this review. So good stuff. When it comes to filters, like I said, you can use here Roulette, Blackjack, Baccarat, game shows, or you go back and just scroll through till you see what you really want to play. Very interesting arrangement, and that will take us right to the sports betting section. Now, for the sports book, there's barely anything you're looking for that you won't find, because all the standard games are covered. We've got football, soccer, basketball, tennis, Counter-Strike, which happens to be the only what's it called now, esports I have found on the site so far. So far, I think you would find about 20 plus options to bet on, as well as a good range of betting markets per sport. Per event, you would be finding nothing less than 15 betting markets, and that's pretty brilliant. But what's even more brilliant is this option right here. Now, with this one, you can place really quick bets with a minimum of $25. So how this works is you click the amount you want. So let's say you put 25 or 50 and it's automatically set. So once you go through the available games and events and you click on any one that you would like to bet on, it places the bet instantly for you at that amount. So that saves you any further manual work. Other handy features here are the event builder, and we also have highlights, which is this interface you're seeing here. So you see everything that's going on in real time when it comes to available games that you can bet on. Oh, by the way, I've got hot combos. This just gives you an idea of like what's hot at the moment, what's everyone betting on, what should you be betting on if you are looking to make like a combo bet. By the way, you can also watch live scores here. So if these are ongoing matches, for example, right now they are ongoing matches. So they tell you what the scores are in real time. That saves you the stress of trying to switch screens or switch interfaces just to follow the games that you have bet on. Pretty decent. So now we've covered games, we've covered the casino section. Let's look at what the VIP club has to offer. Now, the VIP club here at Roobet is different from what you're used to, like seeing your levels or your ranks go from one to the next. No, this time it's invite only, and they determine whether or not you qualify to be invited based on your activity on the site. And of course, that also means how much you are betting over time, right? And the things you get from this includes VIP access to real life events. You also get exclusive tournaments, you get free spins, dedicated agents, lost back, and rig back boosts. There's nothing really new here, but again, it's exclusive. Talking about getting rewarded for your activity on the site, when you come to the rewards section here, you would find that you can unlock a number of offers. Right now, we have no rewards in our rewards vault because we haven't really been playing here with this account, but you get things like instant rig back, daily bonus, weekly bonus, monthly bonus. Again, depending on how often you play, you would see which of them you qualify to unlock. Pretty decent stuff. But again, when we run into problems, where do we go and who do we talk to? Clicking here, we have live support. I've had really good experiences with the support team at 2 a.m., at 5 p.m. I've contacted them 3 times, 2 a.m., 5 p.m. via live chat, and 12 p.m. via email. Now, my last conversation here was with Mary, and here's a sneak peek into the conversation where I was told about the promotions and how it works right now. So again, they've talked about shifting from what we're used to, and right now there's no welcome bonus, but you get rewarded for your activity. How will I rate Mary? I would say she's one of the best support members I have had to converse with in recent times. She responded in less than 2 minutes and was very detailed and helpful. Now, when I contacted the support team via email as well, I got a response within 2 hours, which is pretty fast compared to other places where I have contacted support via email. Usually it takes up to 12 hours or even 48 hours, depending on how fast they choose to respond or the workload on their desk at that point. But so far so good. I would rate the support here a good 8 over 10 for response time, speed, and helpfulness. Right, how does it feel like to play on mobile? Because there is no app. Roobet is very good on desktop, but When it comes to mobile, it is even better. I have tested it on an iPhone, I've tested it on a tablet, I've tested it on an Android phone. And for the interface, you still get all the features. You get all the games, you get all the filters and all of that. So nothing is missing. For speed, it loads faster as well. I know it loads within 3 to 4 seconds, which is pretty decent. And it doesn't really matter what browser you're using. All that's important is that you have a very stable internet access, because that's what's also going to affect the speed of your load time, regardless of the device you're using. But I think it's a very good experience that doesn't necessitate the creation of an app. So everything is good when it comes to support, games, sports betting. But when it comes to payment, what can you expect? Well, for my deposits, I use crypto, although you can use a couple of fiat options. But here's how it works. You come up here, click on deposit, and then you'll have to quickly fill this out. Now, the reason for this is because they're going to be checking, they're going to be doing a KYC like much later. Yes, so they would need these details to check against the documents that you provide. That also tells you that this is not a no KYC site. They have to be compliant with the regulators and anti-money laundering rules. That said, what are the options that you have? Now, as for the payment options, these are the cryptocurrencies that you can choose from, but you can also buy in case you do not have. And this is where fiat comes in. When you click the amount you want, so for example, let's say we're buying $100 worth of Ethereum, or let's say USDT. You just click buy, and you can use any of the options below here. You can use your MasterCard, Apple Pay, Google Pay, Visa. So this is very good if you're not so used to cryptocurrencies and you have any of these fiat payment options to choose from. And same works for withdrawals. You'd have to withdraw in USDT, for example, or any other cryptocurrency. You put in the amount and then click withdraw, and it will be processed. However, there is a processing fee, and this is going to differ slightly depending on how you choose to withdraw. So for example, here now we have a $0.04 estimated transaction fee. So it is estimated, right? This would differ based on the amount that you're cashing out. That's good. So if you want to tip, you can also tip right here. And I don't know why this feature is here, because who am I tipping? But I think it's a nice one to have in the cashier section, and it's quite funny as well. So far so good. Everything on this site screams decent. There's nothing so groundbreaking except for the games, in my opinion. I'm talking about the original games, and also the way the bonuses have been restructured. Again, this is not exclusive to them, because like I said, a lot of brands are starting to step away from what's traditional. But so far so good. Should you play here? The answer is yes. If you check what people are saying online, especially on forums, you would find that the impression so far has been great. There's been no major issue with withdrawals. In my experience as well, no issues with withdrawals. So if payments are good, the games are very good. You can even check RTPs. There's something called a live RTP feature here. I'm just going to show you real quick. Yes, here, live RTPs, and most of the originals are provably fair. Then I think this is a decent place to play. It also has a license, and by the way, it has SSL encryption, so all your data is safe. Again, should you play here? The answer is yes, if you think the review so far has been good, and if you would like to test it yourself. We're going to have more interesting reviews like this, so do well to stick around with Crypto Casino Bonus. See you guys next time.